Well, thank you all for being here today for this groundbreaking for our new Academic Sciences building. And there are a few people I'm very pleased to introduce as we get started. Vice Chair of the Board of Regents, Mark Griffin, Chairman Dustin Burrows, Chancellor Ted Mitchell, Representative John Frullo, and I think everybody else I'm going to mention in the course of my remarks. And that's everybody else in the room. So if you were to visit this chemistry building or the science building next door or biology back here, I think you'd quickly come to the conclusion that we owe our students, our faculty and staff better facilities that enables them to succeed at the highest level and have the best chance of success. And so this academic science building will address the need for more modern, functional laboratory teaching space, as well as space for research activities that are commensurate with what you would expect at an R1 research institution. Now, the genesis of this academic science building really arose when we were planning the Experimental Science Building 2 that was funded through a tuition revenue bond. Mark Sheridan, who's the dean of the graduate school, I don't know if Mark is here, he led that effort. But in the course of meeting with various department chairs and faculty and such, it was clear that we did not have adequate teaching space for first-class instruction or research space. So in the summer of 2019, CFO Noel Sloan, our Vice President for Research, Joe Heppard, and Assistant Vice President for Operations, Sean Childress, began to meet with all the departments, faculty and chairs and deans, just in arts and sciences. Did you meet with every department? So every department, it must be 15. And as a result of those meetings and the input they received from faculty and the leadership of the college, they came up with a concept for a world-class building that will provide state-of-the-art research facilities, but really modern teaching capability. And what's sort of wonderful about this is those student instructional spaces will be co-located where that research activity will take place. And in particular, which departments will benefit from this building? Geosciences, physics and astronomy, chemistry and biochemistry, biological sciences, and also some of psychological sciences, which will be moving from the building south of here. And that the space that they vacate will provide space that is sorely needed by the School of Music. So there's still going to be a lot of work and planning that will have to take place as people move into that space. It's all been allocated. Provost Hendrick will be involved in that, as well as those I've already mentioned. I want to acknowledge the wonderful cooperation and collaboration with Billy Breela, Vice Chancellor Breela, and his team, BKG Architects, and then ultimately Western Builders. This building is going to be fabulous and big, about 125, 130,000 square feet, at a cost of about $100 million. And in regard to that, I want to acknowledge the special role that Representative Burrows has played in helping us secure an additional $12.5 million towards the cost of the building. But also at the same time, we're very grateful for the great support we had in the last session, Representative Frullo, but also we benefit from the collective strength of the system. It's the system's high Moody's ranking that gives us a very favorable bond rating, and that enables CFO Sloan to manage the financing of this building. So I thank the Chancellor for that leadership. But at this time, I'd like to call upon Chairman Burrows to make a few comments.
I'll make just a few comments. I'll keep them very brief. So you got to understand, I am a guy born and raised in Lubbock, and when you're born and raised here, you think Texas Tech, you know Texas Tech is the biggest and most important university in the entire world. It's just part of your DNA. It's just part of your worldview. And so when you go to Austin and you talk to all your fellow colleagues and whatnot, you try to explain to them that this is the most important university in the entire world. It is frustrating sometimes when they don't just get it. So you got to work over and over and work tirelessly to explain it to them. And they put up these rankings that I know they're wrong and all these other things. And you tell them, you say, you know, guys, if you just gave us a fraction of some of the money that you're spending these other places, we will do more with less. We always have, and we will do phenomenal things. And here's what makes me excited today as a boy from Lubbock, Texas. I think the state is finally starting to get the message. It started 2 sessions ago with the vet school, and it started here with this academic science building at the end of session. We said, look, just give us some seed money to get started, and look what we can do. Look where the research will go. You have no idea how great it's going to be to see the jobs brought to this economy, the research that goes on here, what a blessing it's going to be to the state in the long run. And they heard us. And that's what's amazing. So Chancellor Mitchell, President Skuvanek, everybody, the entire Texas Tech GR team, thank you guys for being down there in Austin. Thank you for helping carry the message to all of the people who don't quite get it yet. This is the most important university in the entire world. They're starting to pay attention. So that's what makes me happy today. You guys are awesome, and there's going to be great things coming from it, so congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman Burrows. You know, as he was making those comments, I was thinking of a Coach McGuire. Between the two of them, we have 2 very enthusiastic supporters of this university. At this time, I'd like to ask Noelle Sloan to come forward and talk a bit about the process that she and VPR Heppert went through with others. And I just can't say thank you enough, Noelle, for the way you helped us manage all of the challenges that we faced as we went through this pandemic.
Thank you, President Skuvanek and Chairman Burrows. On behalf of everybody at Texas Tech University, first and foremost, we are just so grateful, Chairman Burrows, Representative Breela, and the entire Texas legislature for the ongoing support of Texas Tech University. From renovating our current buildings to breaking ground on new projects like the Academic Sciences Building, we are fortunate to have strong representation in Austin to ensure we continue to provide world-class, in-person education here at our campus. As President mentioned, the 87th legislative session provided $12.5 million towards this overall $100 million budget for this new facility. The Academic Science Building is being designed in the spirit of our historic district zone of campus. We're sitting right here on the core of our campus, and this building is going to continue with that Spanish Renaissance architecture while incorporating state-of-the-art facilities for our students and faculty to advance teaching, learning, and research. Construction fencing went up immediately once our Carol of Lights celebration ended so that we can begin moving utility, and we are so excited to be breaking ground today and moving this forward. As President mentioned, we began this process in the summer of 2019, and I would like to also extend my thank you to all of the faculty and department chairs throughout arts and sciences. It was many meetings, and it was them sharing with us their projections for enrollment growth, where they saw strategic hires coming, their strategic plans that really through numerous meetings and their continued support through many more numerous meetings to really help us focus on what we need for our students and for advancing research. The departments have continued to support us to ensure with their input we have an efficient process and effective uses of our resources. We expect the construction to be substantially complete by the end of 2023, and we all invite you all to come back out as we celebrate our centennial year with this building's substantial completion. I'd like to thank you again on behalf of all of us, and next I'd like to introduce Billy Breela, Vice Chancellor for Facilities, Planning, and Construction for Texas Tech University System. Billy?
Chairman Burrows, we should have done a Raider Power. I mean, get Coach McGuire here, and we can do that. Thank you, Noel, and appreciate everybody being here. And this is a great day in Lubbock, Texas, even though the weather might not have cooperated. But it's a great day to be a Red Raider, too. So, February 2020, the Texas Tech University Board of Regents approved our team to begin design on this facility. And in November of 21, just last month, we got the go-ahead to start construction on phase 1. So last month was a big day for us here for this project. Now there's been thousands of man-hours put into this. You talked about the design meetings. I think we had 50 design meetings in November alone, something like that. So a lot of work, a lot of man-hours, a lot of people really giving their time to make this a very special place. I want to introduce the project teams. I get the honor of standing up here for all the people that are going to do the work, and I want to recognize those folks. So Operations Division, Sean Childers, your group, enjoy that partnership, value that partnership. We appreciate that. Facilities planning and construction from the system. Our team's being led by Denise Hostick and Todd Harden. BGK Architects that were mentioned earlier. EYP Architects. Our construction manager is Western Builders. They've got a whole bunch of them back there. Valued partner of ours, just finished the vet school, so look for great things out of them. And Joe Heppert and your group and the 5 departments that are going to occupy this building. Couldn't have done it without you. Their input has been just effortless, just great. And we appreciate those guys from the 5 departments. But groundbreaking, we talk about groundbreaking, we're going to go turn a little dirt here in a minute. Don't throw it in the air. But this is, groundbreaking means other things too. So this groundbreaking state-of-the-art facility is located in the core campus. And we've promised our board of directors in the past, it's going to be a replica of the Spanish Renaissance vernacular that we share out here. This building is going to be 3 stories tall. It's going to have a basement, about 129,000 square feet. A groundbreaking teaching facility that includes labs, collaborative classrooms for our students and faculty. The team has programmed these spaces to foster innovation and student engagement. So they've had the students in mind the whole time. How can the faculty and the students have better teaching facilities and better methods? This is a groundbreaking state-of-the-art research facility that will also extend through all the departments on campus. So everybody's going to have a part of this. In a high-tech, flexible classroom or event space that promotes active learning and interaction with the faculty and the students. So this is a fantastic building that serves a great purpose. So what are some of the milestones? Noel mentioned some of those. So we are starting underground utility relocation now. After the Board of Regents meeting in May, we're going to start moving dirt, digging a basement. About 1,400 truckloads of dirt will leave the campus. So we've got to do that, try, sometime in May when the students are here, because that's going to be crowded, so avoid that. The elevated structure will go vertical in September, top out February 23. The building will be closed in and dried in May of 23. And then, like Noel said, at the end of 23, early 24, we'll be ready to go. We got a lot of work. We got a lot of commitment, a lot of man hours, a lot of people that are going to be working their tails off out here. So I want to thank the state of Texas, you guys, for giving us this opportunity. Chancellor, President Noel, all the teams that have put in so much effort to get to this point. It's an honor for us, and we thank you for the opportunity to serve Texas Tech University. So thank you.
Thank you, Billy. Before we break to go turn the dirt, I do want to thank Isabel and Carla, who is Isabel, for putting this event together. They always do such a wonderful job. Billy and Noel both made mention of the Spanish Renaissance style that this building will be in. You may notice that the front of this building doesn't really adhere to that architectural style. We have pictures and plans already drawn up that would make a fabulous transformation for this. So if you're interested in funding that, the price tag is handsome. And I think that concludes it. So we're going to now, where is it, Billy? Out here. And as Billy said, we had an event. This wind reminds me, we had an event earlier today at Lubbock Christian University, and everybody was talking about the wind. And I said, that's not blowing. It's just singing to us. So let's go out there in that singing wind and turn some dirt.